Not all dragons are majestic creatures of magic. Not all dragons are enormous hulking masses of fire and ice. But all dragons are a threat in combat. This is the case for the Fang dragon. Among the rarest of dragonkind is the Fang dragon, a fearsome foe that is greedier and more rapacious than its cousins, and most of the time, far less cowardly. Fang dragons actually have extremely limited magical ability when compared to any other kind of dragon. The first sign of this is their lack of breath weapon. It really doesn't matter what kind of dragon you are, 99% of the time you will have an interesting way to exude magic from your mouth. Whether this is fire or ice, electricity, sleeping gas, or domination rays. Hell, topaz dragons can even dehydrate enemies with their breath. All kinds of crazy things can be seen from all of these types of dragons, but not from the Fang. To top it all off, all of these dragons have the innate ability to learn how to produce spells in the same way that a sorcerer can, sometimes even better. A lot of these dragons don't even need to produce verbal or somatic components to their spells. More so than that, you will be hard-pressed finding an ancient dragon that is not wielding some manner of magical item within themselves. Rings, tiaras, or a lot of the time even wands. Fang dragons just don't really get any of these perks. They do learn a few spells, but in a way lesser quantity than their cousins. The upside though is that they compensate with a much stronger physical strength value. Fang dragons are the embodiment of muscular supremacy, impervious bone density, deadly physical natural weapons, and of course the ferocity and relentlessness to go alongside with it. To be quite frank, the slash of an ancient Fang dragon will hurt more than the slash of an ancient red dragon. Their bodies are armored with bony plates that rise into projecting spurs, which can potentially hurt enemies. Its tail ends in a fork-like end that is tipped with a pair of scythe-like bone plates. In essence, every part of this creature's body is a lethal weapon. To top it all off, its hide is extremely defensive. Similar to the Tarrasque, the Fang dragon has the ability to reflect spells back into the caster. It also has the ability to completely reject spells of low enough power, very similar to the Rakshasa in that way. However, the Fang dragon's ability to do these things is very limited, only able to do so once a day and for a very short period of time. Even the muscles in their throat are naturally better than the other types of dragons. The Fang dragons have the ability to speak in many different accents, in many different ranges, and even having the ability to perfectly mimic a human or elf speaking. You would be hard-pressed figuring out a Fang dragon's voice from that of a normal person, if the Fang dragon is trying to fool you, that is. Although you will be also hard-pressed finding a Fang dragon that doesn't simply rush you straight in and instead decides to trick you. So as you can see, they definitely exchange magic for raw ability and skill. The one factor that they lack in this regard, however, is their ability to fly, which is very much hampered when compared to any other dragon. Now, don't get me wrong, they can indeed fly, but they are much more dexterous on the ground, and if anything, they prefer using their wings to jump high and improve their running speed. Now, you might be thinking that they are far too mundane for your tastes, or maybe even far too mundane to even be considered a dragon. But they get pretty interesting when you discover that their bite does have a peculiar ability, a magical one at that, being the only powerful magical thing within them. You see, their bites are very similar to that of vampires. When a vampire bites you, it is almost as if your actual life is being absorbed by the creature. Maybe even part of your soul, it could be argued. When they bite you, it's almost as if you lose a part of yourself. This malaise that takes over you and makes you feel physically weaker is not a disease, and neither is it a curse. The only real explanation is that it is literally as if the creature is devouring parts of your soul, a part of your soul that slowly comes back to you as you rest every day, or restored thanks to the greater restoration effect. Well, the bite of a Fang dragon is very similar to that, with one major improvement. You see, vampires can only bite so much. They simply gnaw at the outside shell of your very soul. The bite of a Fang dragon is enormous, so what ends up happening when a Fang dragon critically hits you with its fang is that pretty much your entire soul gets devoured. When this happens, you enter into what I like to call a critical moment. A Fang dragon has pretty much devoured the majority of the hero's soul, a process that invigorates and empowers the dragon. If left alone, there will be no possible way to ever return the soul back into the body and bring the person back to life. Only a wish spell can really undo that, but if you act quick, you might be able to save the life of the hero. If a healer were to use their magical healing arts to restore the hero's life to its fullest in less than 20 or sometimes even 30 seconds, then the body could restore its own soul back. This, however, is sometimes not possible. Strong, powerful heroes possess tremendous amounts of vitality, and fully recuperating that vitality in the span of 20 seconds can be outright impossible. If that's the case, then something else can be done. Legends speak of a ritual that has the ability to restore the soul back into the body after it has been stolen by a Fang dragon. To do this, one's brow must be bathed in the fluids of the Fang dragon's brain, and the breast of the hero must be bathed in the blood of the Fang dragon's heart. Doing this has been said to restore the soul back into the body. So as you can see, as mundane as these dragons can seem, there's always deep secrets beneath them. It is, in fact, with the powdered fang of the Fang dragon that you make the 9 Lives Stealer weapon. A weapon that, as you might know, possesses a similar property of instantly and immediately tearing the life out of a body on a critical hit. Now, guys, it hasn't been proven yet, and so far I haven't seen one, but word on the street is that Tiamat improved a few select eggs of Fang dragons by giving these new children a breath weapon of their own. These new dragons have been henceforth called Grey Dragons, and if the rumors are correct, it is believed that Tiamat has sent these dragons on a witch hunt to kill every single Fang dragon in existence to purge them, so that only the improved version can exist. This witch hunt, coupled with the fact that Fang dragons are not particularly originally from the Sword Coast, has made them pretty rare to be seen by most players. But be careful, hero, they are out there. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to leave me a comment on what you want to see, and please follow me on Twitter. Have a great day, guys.